What's up, YouTube? This your boy, Big Boy Faction. Tonight I'm going to do my AEW Dynamite review on how you guys can do. Hit that like button, it helps your YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications every time I upload a brand new video. And follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok and Twitch down below in the description. And let's get started. Now, this AEW was a good show. This AEW Dynamite was way better than last week's AEW Dynamite. But this AEW Dynamite tonight was a good show. It says, tonight on AEW Dynamite, the show makes its last time before the AEW All-Out pay-per-view. The company top stars from CM Punk to Jungle Boy and everyone between will look to gain some momentum before the show. So we get Santana and Ortiz versus FTR in a tag team match. This match was good. This tag team match was good. Dax Harwood and Santana start the match and fill each other out. They trade chops in the bout, evenly match it early on. Santana and Ortiz send FTR to the outside and dive onto them. Santana launches himself onto Santana and dives on FTR. Cass Wheeler gets a blind tag and sends Ortiz shoulder first into the ring post. FTR takes control and isolates Ortiz. Dax gains his arm on the bare steel turnbuckle. Ortiz rallies and drops Harwood with a dropkick and floors Harwood with a clothesline. Santana tags in and clears house. He takes on FTR by himself and drops both men with suplexes. He hits Harwood with the Three Amigos and a frog splash gets him a 2 count. Santana continues to take control. Santana continues to control the bout, and Ortiz rolls Harwood up for a 2 count. Wheeler gets a cheap shot, and Harwood gets a near fall with a brainbuster. Santana breaks up the double suplex, and Ortiz nearly steals the win with a roll-up. Wheeler hits the gory special and slams Ortiz for a 2 count. Ortiz dodges a splash from Wheeler, but FTR hits the big rig for a near fall, and that leaves all 4 men down. Santana catches Harwood with a cutter and double teams Wheeler with a flurry of offense that culminates in the 3 count. The winner of the match, Santana and Ortiz. This tag team match was really good. Backstage 2.0 and Daniel Garcia warned Darby Allin not to overlook the real best in the world. They threatened to cancel his match with CM Punk. Daniel Garcia says he hurt Darby Allin so badly he won't even make it to AEW All Out. In-ring segment, CM Punk. CM Punk asks the fans if they're tired of him, and they tell him they're not. He says he'll enjoy this while it lasts and knows that it could end as so soon on Sunday at AEW All Out. Punk says he's nervous, maybe even scared, promoting the fans to chant, "You still got it." He starts to make a promise before Daniel Garcia and 2.0 attack him. Now, I hated that part. Sting and Darby Allin make the save and Punk fights back to even the odds. Punk hits the GTS while Sting and Darby Allin hit their respective finish to the assassinates. Alright, let's move on. Punk and Darby Allin get into a heated stare down. Sting says he has much respect for CM Punk and knows that he always wanted to share a ring with him. The Icon says the 3 of them want to make the match at the AEW All Out pay-per-view. Match goes on. He knows both men are ready for showtime. He also states that he will be at ringside on Sunday so Darby Allin can face CM Punk one-on-one. You mean to tell me that Darby Allin cannot speak for himself? You know what I'm saying? I would have let Darby Allin speak for himself. You know what I'm saying? That's just my own personal opinion. But anyway, a video package hypes up Kenny Omega's title match with Christian Cage at AEW All Out. Veterans like Paul White says Cage has already defeated Omega. Tony Schiavone interviewed MJF ahead of his match with Chris Jericho at AEW All Out. MJF lists Jericho's nickname and knows that he been a wrestler for 4 decades. He admits that Jericho will always be one of the best, greatest, but he makes it clear that he'll be taking Jericho's place. MJF compares Jericho to a great like Muhammad Ali. who keep coming back for the spotlight, even as his body fell apart. MJF says he'll have the honor of any of the best careers in the wrestling honor. This was a fire promo by MJF. This was really good. So we get Orange Cassidy versus Jack Evans. This was a quick match. Matt Hardy attacks Orange Cassidy before the match and gets ejected from ringside. Jack Evans takes the fight and weakens Cassidy and grounds him. Jack Evans dominates the opening minutes, but freshly squeezed rallies and hits a DDT for a 2 count. Orange Cassidy dives onto Evans outside of the ring and gets a 2 count with a crossbody. The two men go back and forth and battle on the top rope. Jack Evans gets the best of the exchange and hits a corkscrew dive onto Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy steals the win with the inside cradle, but Matt Hardy attacks him after the match. The winner of the match, Orange Cassidy. Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta tried to make the save, but the rest of the Hardy family office attacked them. Jurassic Express rescued Freshly Squeezed and friends. In a promo, Eddie Kingston vows to take the TNT Championship so he won't be God's favorite champion anymore. He says they walk through hell together. One on the other hand. On the other hand, Miro says he redeemed Kingston at the price of agony. And BL Packers hypes up John Moxley's match with Satoshi Kojima at AEW All Out. Jim Ross interviews Chris Jericho in the ring ahead of his match with MJF at AEW All Out. Jericho says Chicago is Jericho and calls it a good time to look back at the past. He notes how he goes way back with J.R. Ross. JR asks Jericho why he decided to put his career on the line in his bout. Jericho calls MJF a piece of you know what, but he's confident, ignorant, and diabolical, just like him. Jericho knows how MJF has beaten him 3 times, and he can't let that go, which is why he needed to do whatever it took to get another match with MJF. He says there was never a guarantee that AEW was success, but the company is thriving. He describes how if he didn't face MJF again, he couldn't accept how he feels it keep wrestling with that knowledge in his mind. Jericho says he doesn't want to stop. He wants to keep wrestling, but if he loses on Sunday, so be it. If he loses, he'll move to commentary and he'll do the best he can. Jericho warns MJF that he will not take this away from him to beat him. MJF will have to be at this absolute best, but he says he's Chris Jericho. MJF doesn't have what it takes, and he doesn't have the balls to get rid of him. Alright, a video package / promo. Darby Allin previewed his match with CM Punk. He says he should have been the last on the list, and he'll have to do the impossible to beat Punk on Sunday. So we get Brian Cage versus Powerhouse Hobbs. This was a quick match. Cage attacks Hobbs during his entrance, and they brawl at ringside. Hooks distracts Cage and allows Hobbs to gain the upper hand in the ring. Hobbs supports Cage with a shoulder tackle. They continue to go back and forth, and Hobbs supports Cage with a spine buster. Cage gains the upper hand, but Ricky Starks blasts him with the FTW Championship when the referee isn't looking. Hobbs capitalizes and pins Cage for the Titan. Will take 2 minutes. The winner of the match, Powerhouse Cage. In a promo, Malachi Black says he left the ring last week because when he fights, He says he gives Lee Johnson 7 days to atone, and he'll make himself suffer for his sins. He vows to put corns in Johnson's eyes when he sends him to hate. QT Marshall with the factory calls out Paul White. He comes to the ring. White takes down the factory by dishing out punches and slams. The Gun Club runs to the ring immediately to protect White, but suddenly Billy Gunn hits Paul White with this surgical repair hip with a chair. White struggles to get up, and Gunn blasts him in the head. Aided by the factory and the Gun Club, Marshall beats down Paul White. So Billy Gunn turned on Paul White. Okay. I don't know what kind of segment was that, but that was, I don't know. You guys think about that in the comment section. Backstage, after she teases a major free agent signing, AEW Women's World Champion Britt Baker announced that she has resigned with AEW. She also states that Reba and Jamie Hayter will compete in the Casino Battle Royal at AEW All Out. Alright, Penelope Ford versus, it says Penelope Ford with the Bunny versus Tay Conti. This was decent. Conti dives onto Ford's outside the ring to kick off the match. She controls the bout early on, but Ford hits the athletic shoulder block in the corner. Conti hits a diamond crossbody implant Ford with a spinning slam for a 2 count. Ford locks in a Indian death lock, but Conti escapes and locks in a calf slicer. Ford reaches the ropes and take Conti nails Ford with a 3 pump kicks. A gut buster earns for a 2 count. The Bunny destroys Conti, but in identical conclusion between Ford and the Bunny helps Conti gets the 3 count with a roll up. The winner of the match take Conti. Ford and the Bunny attack Conti after the match, and NJ makes the save. So NJ returns to AEW Dynamite. Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose, and Vicky Guerrero confront Thunder Rosa and attack her backstage. Another video package hypes of Chris Jericho's match with MJF at AEW All Out. Jurassic Express and the Lucha Bros Marco Studd and Alex Abrahams versus the Elite with Brandon Cutler. This was a good main event match. Luchasaurus starts the bout with Doc Gallows and the big man Trey Blows. The Dinosaurs suplex LG and tags Ray Phoenix, who squares off with Nick Jackson. The Young Bucks squares off with the Lucha Brothers in a all-out preview, and the Good Brothers attack the babyfaces from behind. Alright, the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers take control by isolating Jungle Boy for a few minutes. Matt and Nick Jackson take cheap shots with Lucha Brothers. Jungle Boy rallies and Ray Phoenix gets the hot tag. He takes Nick Jackson down with the athletic arm drag. Penta blasts Nick with a super kick and hits a diving stomp on the rear end. Jackson takes down the Lucha Brothers. The champions and the challengers take each other down with super kicks. Luchasaurus tags in and clears house. The Dinosaur throws Jackson onto everyone at ringside. The Jungle Boy dives onto a pile. Luchasaurus hits a moonsault for a 2 count. A distraction from Brandon Cutler helps the Good Brothers plant Ray Phoenix with a magic killer. Ray Phoenix takes down both Young Bucks and with a handspring cutter. The Young Bucks drop Ray Phoenix with a melter driver for the win. The winner of the match, the Elite. This was a great eight-man tag team match. AEW World Champion Kenny Omega comes to the ring and the Elite beats down the babyfaces. The Good Brothers slams Luchasaurus through a table with a magic killer. Christian comes to the ring and the Elite beats him down too. Kenny Omega says he had a meeting with Tony Khan and warns him not to misplace his personal item. Kenny Omega calls Don Callis has the control and orders him to lower the cage that hanging above the arena. The cage comes down. The Elite continues to attack Cage and the Lucha Brothers. Frankie Kazarian, Orange Cassidy, and Jungle Boy try to make the save. The Young Bucks cuff the Lucha Brothers to the ropes and blast them with super kicks. Kenny Omega tells his buddies to focus on Christian and they drop him with the BTE trigger. And AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Like I said earlier, AEW Dynamite was a good show. This AEW Dynamite was way better than last week's episode of AEW Dynamite. But anyway, I enjoyed AEW Dynamite tonight. AEW Dynamite was a good show. If you guys enjoyed my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please drop back on this video. It helps you to algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my social media. My Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Twitch down below in the description. And I will premiere this video. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. This your boy, Big Boy Facts Johnny. And I'll see you guys this Friday with a double upload for my WWE SmackDown review and highlights in my AEW Rampage. I'll talk to you guys later. And I'm out of here.